Last night I had the strangest dream. I sailed away to China in a little rowboat to find you, and you said you had to get your laundry clean. Didn't want no one to hold you, what does that mean? And you said, ain't nothing gonna break my stride, nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving, ain't nothing gonna break my stride. I'm running and I won't touch ground. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. You're on a roll and now you pray it lasts. The road behind was rocky, but now you're feeling cocky. You look at me and you see your past. Is that the reason why you're running so fast? And she said, ain't nothing gonna break my stride, nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving, ain't nothing gonna break my stride. I'm running and I won't touch ground. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Never let another girl like you work me over. Never let another girl like you drag me under. If I meet another girl like you, I will tell her. Never want another girl like you. Have to say, oh, ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, no, I got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. I'm running and I won't touch ground. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, no, I got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. I'm running and I won't touch ground. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. A Monday warrior, mean, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean, mean pride.
Hello, everyone. For those of you who were not able to attend the amazing Zoom meeting we just had, this will be a good review for you. The daily attendance check-in. This needs to be done every single day. And then I'll have a post here. It might have one of these little things, which is a voice note. If you click it, it's just going to tell you whatever I said. Please let me know if you have any questions. Here's where you're going to want to go, to the April 20th to the 24th tab. This is where you're going to be all week. Click that. Basically, I'm just going through all of the assignments for that week and telling you the work that you have ahead of you and how to space it out and what could work best for you.
You're my honey bun, sugar plum, pumpkin. You're my sweetie pie. You're my cupcake, gumdrop, snickums, spickums. You're the apple of my eye. And I love you so, and I want you to know that I'll always be right here. And I love to sing 3 songs to you because you are so dear.
Let's hear from the students in Mr. Anderson's class about distance learning and some of their favorite moments in the 6th grade.
Hi, my name's Aidan. The most challenging thing about distance learning is not seeing my friends anymore or doing my work. It's kind of harder too. My favorite subject from doing at school and at distance learning is writing and reading. It's the same. It's not easier or harder, but playing basketball with Mr. Anderson and a morning meeting, and that's it.
Hi, I'm Amaya Martis, and I'm going to be answering 3 questions that I was assigned. The number one thing is definitely going to be not being able to see my friends and my teacher unless we're in Zoom meetings, because I miss them and I'm not able to see them. And when you're in Zoom meetings and you're having fun with your classmates and your teacher, you start missing them. So that's the one thing that's been the most challenging. Well, my favorite subject before distance learning and after has definitely been spelling and grammar, because I'm really good at it and it's pretty fun. And it didn't really stay the same, because now we have more, instead of just writing stuff down on paper, now we have to do it all on online and different things. And what were some of your favorite activities in 6th grade and why? Well, definitely art, because I got to do it with friends and I got help when I needed it. So that was really fun. And that was my favorite 6th grade activities. Yeah.
The hardest thing about distance learning is that you can't see your friends and you don't know if they have the coronavirus or not.
Wow, okay.
Social studies and science, and it did change.
Why?
And social studies is a little harder on home with homeschooling on the Chromebooks, because you have to do certain stuff like read about 2 pages, whatever.
What were some of your favorite activities in the 6th grade?
The masks.
Making the masks?
Mm-hmm.
Any more?
And the penny thing where.
Well, why were those some of your favorite activities?
Because the mask, it was fun because you get to go see other people.
You get to socialize?
Yeah, you get to see other people do it. The coin thing,
Uh-huh.
I like it because it's a challenging thing, and it's hard to put at least 1 drop at a time. And the rim thing, it was hard because you don't know if when the rim was gonna fall.
Overflow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. Okay, so the first question is, what has been the biggest challenges with distance learning? Well, the biggest challenge for me was not being able to see my friends and not being taught in an open environment in a classroom. Well, before distance learning, my favorite subject was math, but now it's language arts. The reason why it changed was because math I was getting taught in class and it was more simple for me, but now it's more challenging, and language arts I'm able to get done pretty quick without help. Well, my favorite activities in 6th grade were morning meetings, making the mask, and school dances, because it brought people together and it made everybody have fun. But taught in an open environment and getting taught by a teacher, so it's kind of hard. Well, sorry, a car came.
Alright, so the most challenging thing about distant learning is balancing my work. My favorite subject before the after distance learning is changed because it is a little harder. Favorite activities were PE because I like to run, and math, it helps me do math better.
Nothing has been challenging about it because it's just less walking. English and still English. I think the Vintage Park field trip because it has swings, and those schools have swings. I think that's all.
The challenging thing about distance learning is not being prompted to do certain things, like take out your math notebook or take out your math book. You have to know it by yourself. Do it by yourself. You can't hang out with your friends, see any of your friends that you would hang out with. Science projects.
And why?
I would say science projects because it was like really fun, and it would be like everyone would see what would happen during like drop a penny in the water and see how like much pennies it will take till the water rises out of the cup. That was really fun. Math.
Why?
Because it was easier to focus, and I can just like do my math and feel comfortable and like focus on my math a lot more easier because there's no distractions. The science projects, of course, because we get to like hang out with each other, we can joke around a little bit, and we could just get to like see what would happen if this stuff and that other stuff. We get to do like our own thing basically and see what would happen.
Hello. Question number 1. The most challenging thing for distant learning, I would say, is not being able to see my friends, go to recess and talk to them, and like learn inside the class and be able to like talk to my friends out in open air, fresh air. What was your favorite subject before and after distant learning? I would say my favorite subject before distant learning is Yohan, because I was being taught. Mr. Anderson was helping us explaining what we had to do. But now on distant learning, I would say impact, because all you gotta do is pretty much read from the thing he gives us. Then we print out a paperwork and then we write it on it, and sometimes we just go into impact and read about what we have to explain to him. My favorite activities were recess, because I got to talk to my friends and talk to them, run around with them, play basketball with them. Sometimes we would play down by the bank or something like that. And we play stuff in morning meeting. And also morning meeting, because we get to say hello to everyone and play games and stuff with them. So yeah.
Personally, one of the most obvious problems I've had to face with distance learning is being able to manage my time. Obviously, I'm still a kid, a very energized kid. So one of the things I've had to struggle with is remembering to do my work. I like to do backyard activities and play video games. So balancing my work and time has been an ongoing struggle. Another thing is not being able to be with friends. Spending time with them is similar to a break for me, being able to relax and be free with myself. For distance learning, and still, reading and writing are my favorite subjects. It's sort of easier now because at school I didn't have much time to freely do either one of them. Some of my favorite times at school, when we went to visit the park, we had morning meetings and had the class kickball. I especially liked the kickball. One positive thing about being able to study at home is I have more time on my hands. I try to busy myself with learning new things. I feel like we have more bonding time with my family, which I enjoy too. Anyways, that's all. Goodbye.
To me, is being on every day. It can be a struggle because you have to wake up and be ready to learn. Reading is my favorite subject. It stayed the same. It's easier now. Those were going into partners and groups, because I don't want to do things alone. I want to do it with others and not by myself. Thank you for watching, and bye.
Hi class, it's me, Austin. Today I'll be answering some questions from Mr. Anderson. The most challenging thing about distance learning is that I have to be on every day and not seeing friends and balancing my work. But balancing my work, honestly, I have to get things right so I don't get everything wrong. Being on every day is just I'm really tired. I wake up 6 in the morning just to do work. Not seeing friends, oh well, yeah, that's true, because they encourage you a lot. Or probably mix all of the above. Well, my favorite subject was art and computers. After that one, and now since we're in quarantine, it's hard. My favorite thing, or should I say, my favorite activities in 6th grade were we were playing kickball with Mr. Anderson, really competitive and argumentative, and also doing morning meeting where we get to play games and do handshakes, and do greetings. Yeah, I'll see you guys. Ciao.
The most challenging thing about distance learning is having to sign on my computer every day and having to do online homework instead of doing school homework. This has been the most challenging thing about distance learning. My favorite subject is math, but now we have to watch videos on how we do our math instead of taking notes. We do our homework on Think Central and iReady. Some of my favorite activities were morning meeting and the activities we played during it, like silent ball and like what we did on our weekend or what we did on our break. Here's the guitar.
The most challenging thing about distance learning so far is checking in daily and math. My favorite subject before distance learning probably has to be math or ELA, because those were like the most simple things to learn in class, and it was also really fun. My favorite subject to learn during distance learning is science, because we got to build musical instruments, which was very fun. My favorite thing to do in 6th grade was morning meetings, kickball at the class, and the Halloween festival.
I'm holding on your rope, got me 10 feet off the ground. And I'm hearing what you say, but I just can't make a sound. No. You tell me that you need me, then you go and cut me down.
Now I know you're all thinking the same thing. At this point in the school year, you're all wondering one question, and I have the answer to that question. I have chosen a favorite student in our class. The name of that student is Oh, but I'm very serious when I say I really enjoyed this year with you all, and I sincerely am never going to give you up. And I don't think I'll ever forget you because you're my very first class ever, and I know I talk about that all the time, but you mean a lot to me, and I really enjoyed our year together. Thank you. Room 25, Mary Sukamoto, 6th grade.